Hey. Welcome to Lovely J Podcast. I'm Coco. And I really don't have no topic or anything for today. But I just happened to get up and I said, let me go ahead and cook me something. It's late night cooking too, 10:49. Cook me a little something with my leftovers. I'm going to see if I can do a taco with my leftover. I had a baked potato earlier. And I had some chili beans from Wendy's. I'm going to see if I can't do a taco with them. But I did not go to church today because I do not attend church on Sundays, on 4th Sundays, and 5th Sundays, depending. Just depending. Let's see here. I need tortillas. Where are the tortillas? Oh, what is that? That salad is old. They need to get up out of there. Look for me some tortillas. And a little bit of this butter. Oh, no. Where are the tortillas? Oh, I see some avocado. Let me grab my avocado out. Something smells off. I don't see tortillas up in here. Well, I was going to say, if I do not find the tortillas, got some salsa here. And let me just take this whole thing out because this looks horrible. My refrigerator is freezing stuff. These tortillas are frozen. And who would put an ice cream in there? I took that ice cream out of there the other day. Oh, that is just... Ugh. Don't come back over here and grab y'all up. Anyway, I've been thinking, y'all, about... I was thinking about my gospel radio station and how so many people just really, they abandoned me. And I was okay with that part. But the part that tripped me out, when I started seeing the same people who preach and cry before the Lord, they say, when I started seeing them, treat me the way I saw the people I started seeing so-called friends, which makes me question if they were ever my friends to start with, treat me the way I see a lot of my family members doing me now. Oh, man. How could they? My whole thing is frozen. I hope these tortillas still be some good. I might have to just fry them. Yeah, I started, sometimes we get out here on this journey and we want God to place people in our lives, and He do. And He allows for the good and the bad to come into our lives. But it's up to us to determine who stays in our life, who is worth keeping in our lives, and who we have to look at and say, hey, It was a good run while we was at it, but now it's time to move on to something different. And I think that's what happened with me when it comes down to doing music in the gospel industry. I just had to realize that everybody was not my cup of tea. Everything smells like old vegetables that came out the fridge. I don't like that. My grease is heating up if you hear it. Realize that everybody's not my cup of tea. Everybody's not going to like my radio station. Everybody's not going to like me. But today, I saw some artists that I know. I've been watching them for a while. You know, one thing about me, I do peep how you treat me and how you make me feel. So you can say that you're not trying to make me feel some type of way, but your actions speak differently. All right, let's put that first taco in there. So I started seeing people just trying to mimic how I dress, how I talk and things, and you know, just basically how I do in my radio station or when I do around the house and things. And we already know that nobody's crazy around here. We already know that. Oh, I was gonna make a, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make that one. I'm just gonna do 3 of these. And that's gonna be it. I had to learn people for myself. So I'm going through now. And I'm just gonna let go of those artists who are funny. Those artists who try to be funny, who are part of society's business versus God's business. Everybody not out here about God's business. And if they say they are, they lying. They are lying. Because God's, he don't got his people out here doing things to hurt others. If you know it hurts somebody emotionally or psychologically, that's a form of you trying to control that person. And that's what I'm starting to see within the churches, is that some of them are trying to be controlling. And that's just not where I'm at in life. If I don't get music, I use the music I do have. But I'm also trying to wean out my selection, because I do not want my listeners to be putting their trust in people's gospel music. And these are the same people that's going to tear them down sooner or later. So if I know better, I got to do better. And I think sometimes there's some gospel artists that I was like, wow, I really begged for their music back in the day. And then when I got the music, it was like I couldn't play it. I just couldn't play it. God wouldn't allow me to play it. And looking back now, I see why he did not allow me to play their music. Because he knew who they were before I did. And another thing on that, whenever I say that, he already knows who the wolf in sheep clothing are. You're not fooling nobody. You might fool some people some of the time. And you might fool some all of the time. But there's some people who are so grounded in the word of God, who have keen discernment for wolves, who specialize in picking out the wolves in sheep clothing, that you're not gonna override them like that. You're not gonna take over them, because their spirit ain't with you, and nor is it playing with you. And I'm one of those people where I don't play with people's spirits, because I've been around enough bad spirits in my time that I'm not playing with you. You can play those games all by yourself. But some people get out here and they play them games like that. But God is not playing with none of us. He's not playing with any of us. And he don't want us to play with each other. So you can pretty much tell the ones who are wolves in sheep clothing. I don't care how long you pray. You can pray from sun up to sun down. If your heart ain't right or is not right, before the pulpit be saying ain't. If your heart is not right, you're going to lead people in ditches. Because the blind can't lead the blind. You can sit around and sing till your voice sounds angelic. It be just about to be angelic, but it's not. God has a way that you can't go under. And you can't go over. You must come in at the front door. And that means you don't have time to be out here playing with your spirituality, playing with your relationship with God, and playing with other people's relationship with God. And y'all, when I tell y'all that these potato tacos, from now on, when I want a potato taco, I'm just going to go over to Wendy's and order the baked potato with everything on it that I want. And then come back here and put it in a tortilla and then fry it up in a little bit of oil and butter. These look amazing. And I still got enough potato left for like 3 more. And I'm going to do a chili bean taco too. After this one is done. But yeah, y'all can take that playing mess somewhere else. I see who the wolves are. When I'm around them, I know who they are. And I don't be trying to sit up underneath no wolves and pretend like they all holy either. Because one thing about me, I don't kiss nobody but when it come down to going to church. There's a lot of people out here who do. Okay, y'all, I'm trying the chili bean taco. I should have recorded, but I didn't. That one you gotta be careful with. That liquid in them beans. Yep, gotta be careful with that. I have to hold that one over a little bit. Ooh, but I know it's gonna be good. So them wolves in sheep clothing, you know, God didn't say that we wouldn't be around them. We just have to know how to carry ourselves when we are around them. That's what we have to do. We have to be mindful not to let them take us out of our character zone. Because that's all some of them want to do. Some of them just want to prove to people that you are just like them. Oh, I wish I knew who put this ice cream down in there. They put an ice cream down in my bin while I was keeping my food and stuff. And it wasn't me. And so it messed up all the food. Oh yeah, this taco is coming out just like a burrito. Should I add one of these in there? Yeah, I'm going to add one of those. And add a little bit more chili over top of it. Okay, so next time I want to do these tacos, I know what I'm going to do now. That hamburger meat cooking down with it too. But when you're around people like that, y'all keep your composure for Christ. Don't let nobody shake your face or move you out of your position. You may not even have a title or position in the church that like others do. But what you do have is you do have a seat in the kingdom. In the kingdom of heaven. As long as you do what God tells you to do. You do have a seat. I'm going to let that one stay a little longer. You do have a seat, and you are a part of God's family. And don't you forget that. Because when them trials and tribulations come, and them talebearers, and those people who like to pick on you, but yet they stand up in church and give all these testimonies about how God has brought them through this and brought them through that. Sometimes it's the devil brought them through. And it's not even a real breakthrough. It's just a form of a breakthrough because they right back in the same problem. The next time you turn around, they're still in the same problem. And they're thinking it's God brought them through, but it's not. It be the devil playing tricks. The devil knows how to get people through finances, through sickness, through relationships, family ships. Oh, they smell so good. The devil knows how to use you. So my thing to you would be, before I go sit down and eat, don't let the devil use you. If they tell you to go out here and pick on somebody or try to intimidate somebody through their clothing, you know, everybody might not got good clothing like you. Everybody may not talk proper like you. I don't talk proper. And I like using the words ain't. I like using that word. Sometimes I do not use that word. Sometimes I be like, nah. You know, it's just our culture. Some of us are just like that. Trying to get me a spot here. So I can. Some of us are like that. But don't let nobody make you feel bad about who God has made you to be. And don't let these wolves drag you out there and participate in their clown games. Because at the end of it all, you got to give an account for everything you say and do. And on top of that, abandoning the faith is the worst thing you can do. You're going to be running out there in the wilderness, searching for this, searching for that. And you're just not going to ever be satisfied. Because the devil is not satisfied. He's never satisfied. And he don't want you to be satisfied either. All right. And he wants you to show off your talents and your strengths and your gifts. He wants you to show those off so he can break you down through them. How do I know? Because I have a lot of talents and I was using them all. Seemed like I was using all my talents and gifts at one time. And I thought that was something. I thought it was very helpful when I first got into ministry. I thought it was very helpful how I was using my talents and gifts. But the same talents and gifts I was using was also the same talents and gifts that got me kicked out of society, that got me blacklisted. And I often sit back and think, what did I do wrong to cause somebody to want to do me like this? And then I remember this is the same thing they did to Jesus. I mean, anybody that follows him, of course, that's why people look at you funny when you pray good, or, you know, when you sing good, when you're able to talk good and articulate things that need to be said and said in a way that everybody can understand. People get mad at that. They sit back. Some of them people be so mad at you for doing that, for telling the truth about who God really is and how he wants us to really live. And the whole time you up underneath them wolves and don't realize they mad at you because you know the real God, because you have a relationship with God. And I'm not knocking anybody down. Do what you got to do to get to God, but just don't abandon the faith trying to prove a point to everybody that you are one of God's. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. I just, you know, this is coming from a place of when I was church hurt when I first saw how some of the church people were doing me when I first found out I was on the list. I don't even think I would have known I was on the list until I saw how they started treating me and how they excluded me out of things. And then I was like, what did I do to that person? I was blaming myself for how they were treating me. But you know what? That's on them how they were treating me. That it has nothing to do with me personally, but spiritually it does. I have to pray for people like that and pray that they be restored back to God's kingdom and stop working for the devil, because they think it's making them rich. They think it's making them look cool. They think that they are winning points with people, and that's what they're trying to do. They really searching for validation. But honey, I come to tell you, God is the validation. He is the true source. He is the only living source that can get you where you really need to be. He gives and he take it away. So you better remember that on how you be treating people, because he does forgive our sins. I mean, he forgives quicker than we do. But we have to remember, he's a jealous God, and he don't play. He don't play tick for tack. He don't do that. He's a jealous God. And when he knows you know better, he's going to hold you accountable for that. He knows who has the wisdom and who don't. He knows exactly who knows better. And on top of that, y'all, I'm finna eat my dinner now. It's a late one, but I'm probably not going to eat all this. I know I'm not, because it's too late to eat all this. I should have got up earlier. Peace, love, and happiness till next time. Y'all be good to people. Just treat people like they are human beings with love, kindness, and respect.